tonight. Yes, please.
Hi, this is Mary Ng. I will try to be brief, and feel free to cut me off if I'm too long-winded. There are some very, very, very difficult issues in the material that's been recently released, and I just want to take the plunge. I was reading Crunching on Haiti's History, and it is my understanding, felt like, just viscerally, I don't know what that word means, but I felt like I was kicked in the stomach when I perceived the offending term go back to Haiti, because I was more worried about the cholera epidemic. So I'm trying to say to Keith, hey, you're going to do humanitarian work on the cholera epidemic, and you're going to go back to Haiti. And I think we're having troubles with sense of humor, with sense of direction, with sense of honor and integrity. But it is my understanding, and I'm not a CIA apologist, but I'm coming from a two-generational CIA family, that there was some narco-trafficking CIA, dictatorships, coup-d'etats, mass murders, tortures. And I am not a translator, and I do not speak for Mr. Davis, but it is my understanding that in his very, very poor choice of words, his intent was to say, if you facilitated a dictator, or torture, or mass murder, or exclusion of a demagogue, which it seems that maybe Aristide was some kind of demagogue to some people with his interest in liberation theology, like a populist like Cesar Chavez, I'm taking it. But it was very offensive to the people who were being oppressed and slaughtered. And I feel like my interactions with Miss Judy Prosper have always been positive. Like, my favorite moment with her was I sweep to the floor and do the splits in front of, like, the city attorneys, and I'm being goofy, like, yay, we're all going to work through this together. And the comment that Ms. Reeves says in the complaint is that the court did not offer admonishment. But I want you to know I did. And I think we as friends need to call each other out when something has been too far. And I think that's what friends can do, is they can say, 5 whiskeys is too many, or you're too drunk to drive, or no, that's incorrect, or sit down. And you know the theatrical motif where you have that hook, you just pull someone off the stage. I held the door and I said, thank you, sir. I have never once called Mr. Davis sir. And I went straight up to that podium and I apologized to Miss Prosper. And the word that came to my mouth was disgraceful. And we all can walk in grace, we can find the grace, we can channel the right words that we need to say what we really mean, and not our pain. And what I see is the underside of this story is that we have relentless, malicious prosecutions and cyberbullying, arrests, brutality, torture, pain compliance, wrist bending, psychological trauma, unfair, cruel accusations of upskirting a woman's skirt, which could damage a man's reputation for his lifetime, when there was no possibility of the angle having an upskirt from a camera that is held over the head of the future police chief, Mr. Marshman. And I'm not saying I agree with a New Jersey accent versus a California accent. We have different communication styles. And at the moment, I could say as a woman, if I had been there, I would have been like, hey, Keith, man, back off. Like, just give her some space. And I wouldn't probably have made such a big deal of this issue. But I think when he has been criticized in the memorandum as making comments about upskirting, this upskirt allegation, yes. I appreciate that. Shall I just wrap it up? All right. Thank you. So we're started. We're moving on. Yeah, comment.
I got 2 comments. The first one is that I'm not clear that the city attorney intended to say that my court.
I can't, yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
It's got to get turned in?
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everything is open. Somebody turn it Hello, hello? Sorry about that. Okay.